Hello, wonderful world of YouTube. So, hopefully, this is a good audience. Hopefully, this audience, whoever decides to watch this, cares about brain electrical activity and cerebral asymmetry. So, I'm going to read about assessment, brain electrical activity, and cerebral asymmetry. The notion that we can examine personality with physiological measures has been around a long time. Freud speculated that scientists would one day discover the neurological underpinnings of personality. Similarly, Alport argued that future technological advances would identify differences in the central nervous system associated with different traits. Although we have yet to fulfill these prophecies, personality researchers have come to use a wide variety of physiological measures in their experiments. For many years now, researchers have used physiological indicators of arousal, such as heart rate, respiration, and galvanic skin response. Other investigators examine hormones, immune systems, neurotransmitters, respiration, automatic muscle reflexes, and enzymes in the blood. More recently, researchers have turned to neuroimaging techniques to pinpoint the location of neural activity in the brain. These techniques include functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and positron emission tomography, PET. In this section, we look at another example of how psychologists use physiological measures to examine differences in brain activity level. Measuring brain activity. How can we measure brain activity without physically going into a person's skull? Fortunately, technology provides some relatively non-intrusive procedures for obtaining these measurements. One relatively simple and inexpensive procedure uses an instrument called an electroencephalograph, EEG, to measure electrical activity in different parts of the human brain. Personality researchers find EEG measurements particularly useful for several reasons. The procedure is relatively easy and does not harm an individual in any way. Typically, small electrodes are attached to the person's head with hair clips and elastic straps. Participants report that the procedure is not uncomfortable, although electrode paste can sometimes leave messy spots in their hair. In addition, the EEG enables researchers to record brain activity in very quick intervals. Some instruments can measure this activity within milliseconds. This sensitivity is particularly important when looking at emotions, which often change very rapidly. EEG data are usually described in terms of cycles per second, or waves. One kind of wave identified through this process, known as an alpha wave, has proven particularly useful for research on personality and emotion. The lower the alpha wave activity, the more activation in that region of the brain. Cerebral asymmetry. Okay, I need to pause this and go tell somebody something. All right.